Oh god.
After a promising yet tame episode, Give No Shelter is the second of our 3-part outing with the iconic heroine Michonne, and thankfully the mistakes of the first chapter are rectified. Michonne is as captivating as ever with her unbalanced yet domineering persona, but this time the overall stakes have been raised. Other than the technical stutters which seem commonplace within the Telltale engine, Give No Shelter lives up to the expectations Michonne fans have craved for. Give No Shelter begins immediately after the impactful decision made at the conclusion of the first episode. With Sam by your side, the duo aim to free Pete from captivity before making an escape. From the start of the second installment, the stakes are much higher than episode 1 due to the simple fact that you have others to protect. Michonne rarely feels vulnerable alone as she is more than capable of taking care of herself. However, having innocence to protect disbands that security and makes this encounter much more enjoyable. The two discover Pete still tied up after his grilling from Randall and Norma. After a brutal encounter, the three make a break from the vicious community. What follows is another awesome quick-time event concluded by Michonne firing a flare gun into an explosive barrel for a dramatic getaway. The action found here is contrasting when compared to the traditional survival tale from the main series. The characters we have inhabited previously would never have been capable of such audacious feats. Michonne barely breaks a sweat as she takes down multiple enemies in her stride, which looks and feels brilliant. Upon arrival on a nearby shore, the pursuit does not stop. This tension remains consistent throughout the entire episode. The trio are surrounded by walkers and Michonne instinctively dismembers a couple of zombies' limbs and tears off their jaws. Using these hapless walkers as zombie-repellent huskies, the three carefully stroll through a herd of the undead unnoticed as gunfire rains down around them. As our threesome proceed, a nice relationship develops between Michonne and Sam. The latter half of the game introduces us to a few more characters, but this small, intimate group gives this miniseries stability. Sam is a child, and you will encounter a number of younger characters in this installment. It is no accident that the developers have included a younger generation as it attempts to evoke the maternal side out of our heroine. Michonne is a deep and complex character, and you see this demonstrated by her compassion towards Sam, yet she can still be ruthless towards anyone who harms those around her. After a particularly graphic surgery scene involving a lodged bullet, we flash back to Michonne's past. As you investigate her ransacked apartment where clues as to the whereabouts of her children are found, you can see a more timid Michonne. You begin to gather hints as to why Michonne is still haunted by the past events, and this adds yet another layer of complexity to our protagonist. Sadly, this scene ends a bit preemptively, but I'm anticipating a satisfying conclusion in the last chapter. As the conclusion approaches, classic Walking Dead stupidity occurs, as a character unknowingly opens a gate, resulting in not only their death, but chaos to many others. When the danger is resolved, again in extremely graphical scenes courtesy of a workshop vice, the episode ends with a unique choice. We are used to seeing these weighty, consequential choices, but the one seen here is personal to Michonne. There is not a life at risk, no immediate repercussion, yet somehow this feels like one of the toughest choices in the history of the series. Give No Shelter bounces back in the best way possible. Telltale have maintained their intrigue of Michonne's character and this time made an engrossing story to accompany that. The technical stutters are witnessed more than ever during this episode, which is still unacceptable for me. Aside from a couple of irritating silly character choices, the Michonne miniseries is in good shape leading into the finale. I give The Walking Dead Michonne Episode 2 4 stars out of 5. For the full written review, head to thenerdstash.com.